Oh my goodness. Hey everyone, welcome to That Pedal Show. Dan here.
Mick here, hello, welcome to the show. Please subscribe.
Yes, and please head to thatpedalshowstore.com and grab some merch.
Awesome. Old-fashioned pedal show today, just 5 things that are new to us, which we'll hammer through. The first thing is the Electro-Harmonix Swello.
Very nice.
Swello.
Then we have the TWA Tamura.
Yeah, it probably does have a name. We'll come on to it in a minute. It's called a source code.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Mr. Tamura, we'll talk about that in a sec. Dinosuaral
The Hypoid Drive.
Hypoid Drive from our good friend Dan Coggins.
Yes.
Big Puft from Mythos Pedals. Ghostbusters reference, eye up, landlord.
Yes, and the signature reverb from Paul David's The Nucleo from Cornerstone.
Which is what you heard on the beginning there. Man, that is really something.
'Tis a serious thing.
What we're going to do is we're going to start with the Nucleo and investigate it a little bit and then set it up just as a standard reverb to hear the rest of the pedals with.
Yeah.
Because the amps today...
I wonder what the settings are.
Yes, we have the Filmo sound, glorious thing that it is, going into a 1x15 from 2Rock, and the Marshall Plexi.
Yeah, 1987X 50 watt Plexi, set relatively clean, going into a 112 WGS12L. So plenty of heft in today's amplifiers. All right then.
Well, let's start with the Nucleo because we'll go through what it does. It's pretty amazing. We are going to be flying through all the features, so keep an eye out. But then we'll end up with a not subtle, but not insane reverb.
Yeah, because
right?
it's fair to say, right, the top button selects 3 reverb algorithms.
That's
Is that
right.
correct?
That's
and what
right.
are they, Dan?
So we've got room on the left, we've got a hall on the right, and then we have the reactor in the middle. And there's secondary functions as well, where you've got lo-fi and the normal and vintage. But the interesting thing about the Nucleo, so Paul Davids did a video where he went to this old disused nuclear reactor, those massive silos, and played some loud guitar, and it was just amazing, right? Got millions of views, and I'm trying to remember the gentleman from Cornerstone, Emilio.
Yeah.
I got there in the end. Emilio reached out to Paul and said, hey, why don't we do a reverb pedal where we capture that? Yeah. And what's really interesting, up to that point, all of Cornerstone offerings had been gain pedals.
Yeah, right, okay.
So this was their...
And some modulation.
Yeah, and this was their first foray into the wet, reverb.
Yeah,
thing.
digital world. I would want to give a shout out to Loki at Poly Effects as well, because the polyverbs, I think, really popularised that idea of sticking your own IRs easily into a reverb pedal. So they've just taken that idea and really run with it, focusing on this nuclear shelter.
Right.
Silo. What was it? Silo, if that's what you want. The other one thing I'll just mention before Dan explains it properly, the key to understanding this pedal is this switch here.
Yes.
So on the left, it's in what's called live mode, so all the controls are as they are on the top panel. All the way over to the right is preset mode, so you can save presets, and that's what the 1, 2, 3 are.
Yeah, you've got 3 presets on the top, but if you're using MIDI, and it also has fully MIDI shenanigans, you've got 128 presets.
That's a lot of presets. And then in the middle is where you access the secondary functions for each control.
Because that's what a pedal like this needs, is secondary functions on every single knob and switch and slider.
And there's no point moaning about UI. It is what it is, and the trade-off is less things on the top of the pedal, but more things that Strymon's brilliant at this.
Yeah.
So you just do need to spend some time getting your head around it, which we sort of have done.
Yeah, so let's just jump in. Let's start with something. We'll start with the room reverb. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these 3 sliders all the way down.
Okay.
Right. We're going to concentrate on the blend, the decay, and the tone. So these are the 3 knobs that to get going, to create a basic reverb sound. We're going to get a sound from that, and then we'll go through the different engines and have a listen.
Right.
Okay, so here we go. Amps today. And this is the room sound. And this is the room sound.
One of the secondary functions on that bottom left knob is pre-delay.
Pre-delay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this in secondary functions. I'm going to turn the pre-delay off. Yep, so that's the pre-delay.
Really cool.
Middle is the secondary functions. Here is the live mode. So I'll just get the decay where I want it. Now I'm going to affect the tone of it, which is the basically the overall EQ of the reverb. Okay, so that's a basic room sound, and by a longer decay or smaller decay gives you a smaller or larger room. So if I turn the decay right down, you get
That's killer. And if you put a little bit of pre-delay on that, humour me.
The pre-delay. Go back here, turn that down. Dude,
Killer.
That is fantastic.
Thing is, it sounds so good, you just want to add more and more and more of it, but
yeah,
actually turning the level down, you forget that it's on.
Yeah, right.
That is really, really brilliant. And then can you modulate that?
Yes. So we've got the level where we want it. We've got the pre-delay and the tone and the decay where we want it. Now I can add modulation, which is this slider here. So we can adjust the amount of modulation and the rate of the modulations. Pull that speed right down. That is beautiful.
It's really killer. We've already spent like 10 minutes on it too long. So that's the short, and we know that works.
Yep.
Get into some of the bigger ones. So
okay.
Over here are the halls, right?
Yep. Go to a hall. And that's beautiful, but the reactor. So
That's mad.
it's capable of a lot. So you've got, on top of the modulation, you've got what they call air, which is like the pitch shifting, which is your entrance into your shimmer and those sorts of things, but then you can change the pitch of it.
Yeah.
But then you've got a granular type thing, which you can change the speed and how much of it's in there. And there's a lot going on. There's also a freeze function, which I did at the end, which you can then play over. But the really cool thing about this freeze function is that you can play over it and it still adds reverb onto what you play.
Oh, wow. Just do that a sec. Let's,
There you go. It's utterly, utterly brilliant.
it's killer. I think what's super interesting about it is I'm sure that there are lots of those things you can do in other fully functioned reverbs, like Meris stuff, for example.
Yeah.
But I think that particular user interface is really nice because there's no menus to dive into.
That's right.
We are hearing it in stereo. Is there any expression pedal control?
Expression via MIDI.
Yeah, okay. So you can get real-time control over a few of those parameters via MIDI as well if you want.
It's very cool.
It sounds spectacular.
It really does. I'm a big fan. I think for what I'm really impressed with is they've managed to get it into a size that actually works. You know, they haven't had to do, a thing that's massive. It's sonically, it's really beautiful.
It is. That's the thing that has impressed me most.
Yes,
is how much I just like the quality of the reverbs.
But let's go back.
Yeah,
and we'll just go back.
Let's
to that
just get a reverb that works with these amps, and then maybe we'll go to the Big Puff next because we were hearing it, and that too sounded spectacular.
Yeah.
Okay, Big Puffed.
Big Puffed. Come on.
We know that Mythos Zach is a massive, massive, massive Ghostbusters fan.
Who are you going to call?
Mythos. And this is obviously a nod to the big Michelin dude at the end.
Yes.
Who's not a Michelin dude. He's the Stay Puft.
He's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah, yeah. So good luck with the lawyers on this one, Zach.
Get them while you can, is what I say.
Because and I'm assuming Big Puffed is a nod to the Electro-Harmonix Big Muff.
Yes.
And if we look at the controls there, that would suggest that.
Indeed.
Tell you what amazed me when we first turned it on in the intro, it sounded great. And that never happens with muffs.
Yeah.
For me, they're always too bassy, too middly, too sustainy.
I've already, after just playing this for like 10 seconds, I'm thinking Ooh,
Sounds
I
really
might need
good.
to find a place for this because I think it sounds absolutely gorgeous. I super dig it.
Whatever you've done to the mid-range, Zach, thank you.
Yeah.
That is banging. Have a
Isn't it
go
great?
on that.
Amazing.
Bags of variance in all the controls. Absolutely tons of output. One of criticism of certain muffs is they don't have enough volume.
Especially because there's so much joy to be had in the lower sustain.
Yeah.
Big muff. With the sustain down low, it's really fun, but a lot of them struggle to have enough output. There's tons in that.
And you had that super fluty neck pickup thing.
Amazing.
Really, really, really like that.
Yeah.
I tend not to be a fan of the muff thing. You know, once you start moving towards a sort of Billy Corgan really mid-scooped kind of sound, the
world is a vampire.
I don't know what to do with that sound. Mid-range in that, love it.
Yeah, beautiful.
Killer.
Okay. The Hypoid Drive. Our dear friend Dan Coggins
Hello, Dan.
at Dinosuaral, who also works for Thorpe. Now, a couple of years ago, Dan released this, which is the Cogmeister, and everyone loved it. Wonderful, wonderful sounding. Basically three overdrives in one pedal. You've got your main overdrive in the center, and you've got a boost either side that do different things. The boost to the front is designed to sort of push into more distortion, and then you've got the boost on the outside, which is designed to give you more level and lift. The center section, which is the main guts of this pedal, which is where all the shaping and the the overdrive comes from. And loads of people have asked for this to be its own pedal. So Dan has done that in the Hypoid Drive.
Very cool. The switch,
very cool.
In conjunction with the tone control, gives you 3 distinct mid-range characters.
Yes.
And he says if you start with it, should we start with it in the middle?
Yep.
Would that make most sense?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Dan says if you start with the sustain down at 0 and the volume up high,
Mm-hmm.
in fact, we'll start there just in case. This should give you, it should be able to go from clean boostish
Okay.
all the way through to fairly intense borderline fuzz.
Give that a go. That is very good.
That's great. One thing I want to try is on a Strat. I talk about this all the time, but if you on a standard Strat which doesn't have any kind of treble bleed or anything like that, if you roll the volume off, it can go a bit dark. And I'm just wondering if this, just before we get into any overdrive, you know. It's a lovely fattening boost.
Yeah.
Really, really splendidly fattening boost. Okay, come on then. So let's see where we go from there.
Okay. Oh my word! Please get the Les Paul.
That's really, very, very good.
It's unreal.
That's very, very good. To go to do all of that.
Dude, it just feels so amazing.
Yeah.
So Dan's had a couple of other overdrive pedals, including the OPA, which is one of his early designs, no tone control on it, and the
Tube Bender.
the Tube Bender, which is fantastic. And this is sort of all the best of those things into this design. Man alive, I absolutely love that. How fun is that?
Just ultimately playable.
Yeah, mate, you've knocked that out of the park, Dan. Wow.
I don't know what it is. The combination of harmonics, the way the overdrive comes on, there's just enough sparkle in the clean for me. That knocking that bottom end out there on the neck pickup of the Gibson was just perfect.
Wow.
Oh man,
that's so good. And totally usable in the entire gain range.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Well done, mate.
The harmonics in it, I think, are super interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice one, Dan.
Yeah. Awesome, buddy.
TWA, Totally Wicked Audio. We know these guys from the Scott Henderson
Oh, yes.
signature overdrive, the SH9. And TWA is a company that is has connections with a distributor called Godlike.
Oh, yeah.
Did
Okay.
power supplies and all that kind of stuff. A guy called Kevin Bolenbach who's there. And he has a great relationship with Mr. Tamura, Susumu Tamura, who those of you who know your pedal history will know that Susumu Tamura was the originator of the Ibanez Tube Screamer. And over the years, Mr. Tamura has been developing, shall we say, and there have been various mods and all kinds of things to that original design post Ibanez. This apparently is his magnum opus.
Oh, that's big.
And the notes from Kevin at TWA says it's called the Source Code, and it's the culmination of Tamura-san's extensive research into the 808 circuit that he designed in '79. Source Code is a rethinking of many key aspects of the TS to finally perfect that most iconic of pedals.
Okay.
All right. So charge pump puts it up to 18 inside volts, so we should have more headroom. Multi-transistor input buffer circuit, a Magic IC.
Okay.
So Tube Screamer people always talk about the JRC 4558D, and there's been various others over the years. So anyway, we've got for supposedly more harmonic content and more amp-like feel. There's a new bite control, which is super interesting because one of the common criticisms of standard Tube Screamer is it's too dark sounding. It gives you that mid bump and loses some of the high end.
Yes, okay.
6 dB boost circuit internally. La 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 la. True bypass. La la la. So obviously, as a massive fan of Tube Screamers and having made many shows where we say we're not doing any more Tube Screamers, I'm really super interested to hear this. Now I've got an E flat Strat just to begin with because that's the sound I associate with Tube Screamers, but we'll move on to something in a minute.
Yeah, where would you expect the dials to be?
I would expect them to be there.
All
so
right.
let's see. I've literally never plugged it in before, so we'll see.
Wow.
That's really interesting. The bite seems to put more mids in as well.
Oh.
We'll test that in a sec.
Best high gain 808 I've heard.
Keeps the clarity,
Yeah.
which is super impressive. I wonder how much that 6 dB boost is connected to that byte control, because on the byte control you get the mids
Yeah.
back in. Have a go on this, mate. I'm interested to hear it with a different guitar, obviously. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah! That is awesome! It's pretty good.
It feels magic.
It's pretty good. I was trying to figure out, because I know Dan doesn't like the kind of 700 hertz to 1K where you get from tube screamers and clones.
Yeah, but there's
So
something different about those frequencies are there, but it feels very different. There's a
Yeah, it does.
wow. I really dig that.
Just have a quick humbucker schwang a minute before we move along. I can see this coming out again. Look where it is then. Yeah, humbuckers.
Another Tube Screamer show coming up, methinks. That is magic. Wow.
I don't know whether we're just happy today because the amps are loud and the sounds are good.
Sounds are good, man, but they, wow.
What's really interesting about that, as you know, I'm a massive fan of the Tube Screamer in most of its forms, if not all of its forms. Certainly the 808s, 9s, 10s, and the various mods and tweaks. Depending on which one you've got, sometimes you can feel that they're just a bit too mid-pushed. Yeah. Maybe they're a bit too compressed in the gain. And sometimes you're lacking a little bit of sparkle. Some are, you know, they all differ. That singles and hums just sits in a really, really, really good place.
Yeah. So, I mean, normally...
I think that would be a mega stacker.
Yeah. Normally I don't... you know, we've had them on the show before and they sound great, but I normally don't connect with them in that way. And I've really felt that under the fingers. It's like...
Yeah.
Really special.
Do you think it's working with these amps nice?
Yeah, these, I mean...
Because the amps are on the edge, to be fair. And
they all sound great. And,
and they're going to be pushing it. Killer, 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 killer.
Yeah, well done.
Awesome. Okay, finally then, Swello. This, apparently, is in the POG 2. There's a section called Attack.
Yes.
And this is
that section?
In a pedal with a filter. So we might have a bit of fun just figuring out
okay,
how it works. But as I understand it, one bit, if you put the filter down, it's kind of an envelope filter.
Okay.
Number 5, filter button enables the low pass filter and chooses the filter resonance setting. Disabled, low resonance, high resonance.
Okay.
Okay, so that's something different. I'm just going to push some buttons and when we get lost, we'll consult the manual.
Sounds good.
One thing I'm interested in, so Dan on his timeline delay dials in like a slow gear attack thing. Can it get anywhere near that?
I'll do some chords and let's see.
This obviously, the attack button determines the speed of how
quickly it ramps up.
It ramps up to full volume. So round here you get, there's a little bit, I'm sensing a bit of latency. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you try turning the filter off? That's off, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
It's good
I mean,
fun.
I could do that all day. It's very fun. Not quite the same as the Swello on the Timeline.
Yeah.
But it's a synthetic thing, but it's cool.
And there's definitely some latency. What I like about the delayed attack is you're playing now, I'm sort of hearing the church organ. You know, it's that kind of thing, isn't it? I'm wondering that on a guitar with lower frequency, whether you could almost, I don't know if you could, but get a bit of bowed, sort of, you know. They don't do anything unless the filter's enabled.
Okay. Yeah, cool, man.
Kind of interesting. I think struggling a bit with the latency
Yeah.
to play in time, but I think that wouldn't matter so much if you were going for some of those bowed textures.
Yeah, that's what it's
Playing
doing, right?
with the resonances. You can change the resonance internally or by different power-up states. So it might be that to get that resonance you want, like for example, if you hear like I had a cello in mind when I was trying to do all that. The sound of the bow across the strings probably would come out more if you change the resonance. But
Okay.
yeah, cool.
Yep.
Good fun. And like a lot of these things, I think if you just try and play the thing you normally play, it's really tough. They are inspiration machines, aren't they?
Completely.
They're like, twiddle the knobs, play something. Does it take me to a cool place?
Yeah, and that's the beauty of those things. I mean, the whole of the MYC, the compact range from Electro-Harmonix. I mean, they're inexpensive, and there are so many of them, and each one has a little bit of pixie dust in it that you can plug in and just have some fun, and maybe it'll spark some ideas. But I got to say, the Reverb Spectacular, those 3 gain stages,
Some of the best we've heard.
Unreal.
Yeah.
I'm blown away, actually. These amps are certainly helping.
It seems whenever we use the old Filmo sound on the 115, we love it.
We do.
And a 50-watt Marshall, I mean, what are you
Doesn't
going to
suck.
say?
Doesn't suck.
What are you going to say? I think it's my turn, Dan.
It is.
Thank you, everyone, for being with us. This is going to be 45 minutes, this show, but it's probably more like an hour and 45, so...
Is it really? Right,
It's not quite that, but anyway.
I'm going to ride the Nucleo.
All right, Dan's going to ride the Nucleo. I'm going to play the baritone, and maybe we'll come up with a new movie soundtrack.
Sounds like fun.
Or a reason for... Anyway. Please subscribe. Please go to that Pedal Show store and buy merch. It helps us keep doing what we do. And thank you to our patrons on Patreon. We greatly appreciate your support. Click the description down for some more information. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Fabulous. Thanks, everyone.
Cheerio. Oh, God. Let's see what happens.